Morning, afternoon, evening, depending on wherever you're sitting right now. So this is the next installment in our Windows to Linux uh, migration series. And moving from Windows to Linux, the question is constantly being asked and answered on the internet, YouTube especially. You know, why should I switch to Linux? The Linux challenge. I tried Linux for 2 weeks. I tried Linux for 2 years. I tried Linux for 6 months. I tried Mint Linux, switching to Arch Linux, etc., etc., etc. And there are endless influencers, evangelists, enthusiasts, whatever you want to call the crowd, trying to get likes and clicks and subscriptions for the distribution, the distro of the week, month, whatever. And um, I think that's a big disservice because people that jump on the bandwagon of trying every distro out there, um, they experience Linux a mile wide and an inch deep. And frankly, by the time you learn enough about a particular distro to understand what's being talked about, it's time to switch again. And the result is the 99% of similarity between all the distributions is drowned out by the 1% nuances of a particular distribution or a particular desktop or a particular something that is slowing you down. Now, since I'm focusing on moving from Windows 7, 8, 10 to Linux, I've got in front of you a virtual machine running on my lab server, uh, running Mint. Mint is a solid distribution. It has a very good desktop. It has a very good set of features. How the packages are put together, what's included in the base distribution is really good for a beginner. Okay. It's easy to use, easy to configure. I run it on my laptop. I prefer it there. My laptop is something I take with me, and I really just expect it to work. Um, it's not always as customized as my Arch Linux desktop, where I do a lot of other things. It's more out of the box stock, if you will, um, but it works and it's fine for a lot of people. Is it the best? Well, first you have to define what best means, and I'm not going to try to do that. It's a good distribution. It's based on the Debian family. Now, my prior videos, I was using the actual Debian base distribution as a virtual machine. In my examples, this takes that base distribution, adds value to it by organizing things and having things ready to go for you, and makes it very, very, very simple to move from Windows to Linux. Okay. Now, I'm not trying to win anybody's clicks or subs or likes or comments or whatever. So this is just me. I've got over 40 years time uh, with computers, operating systems, mainframes, mini computers, desktop systems, servers, super servers, what have you. I've touched them all. I have more flavors of Unix than I want to think about. And so this is just a quick look at Mint. What makes it one of my favorites to recommend to people? First off, like I said, it works. Okay, it comes with a well thought out library of software already installed. Okay, you don't have to go out and reinvent the wheel, as it were. You don't have to try to figure out what do I do for a word processor. Here's the LibreOffice suite, adequate for 99% of the people out there. Okay, it really is. It's if you were a super power user of Microsoft Office, it would fall short. Most people don't fit that category. You need a solid word processor. What you see is what you get to produce good quality documents for work or personal use. It can do it. Good quality spreadsheets, good quality diagramming and drawing software, good quality presentation software. It does most of what you're going to need. Okay. Uh, Other applications, you know, it just goes on and on and on. Okay, it takes care of things. Utility for screenshot. Okay, USB image writer, just all kinds of things, and I just can't go into it enough at how easy it is. Now it comes pre-installed with Firefox. Okay, now for some of you, Firefox may not be your first choice, and it's fairly decent for a um, uh, open source browser, but again, what happens with all the things you have stored and saved in Chrome, for example? Okay, how do you fix a problem like that? Well, easiest way is we go over to google.com and we type in install Chrome on Linux Mint. We hit enter. And what does it tell us to do? Okay. It says go to the Google Chrome website, download the deb package for Debian, okay, /Ubuntu, open the package, and you're set. So we do that. We click here. We download Chrome, 64bit.deb, okay, accept and install. It's downloaded. Okay, there it is. Open the folder. There it is. Right click, open with package installer, and it begins the process. Okay, nice and simple. Okay, this is what we're looking for um, in just about everything. Okay, again, we want to make sure that the person doing this installation is the person authorized to use the computer. So I have to put in a password. Good protection. Okay. So, and we're done. Okay. So what do? We go here, type in Chrome, CHR, there it is. I right click on it, add to panel, boom, down here, click on it again. I don't want to make it the default browser. I don't want to send information to Google. Go ahead and click OK. All right, I'm not going to sign in, but okay, got it. Here we are. We got Google. Now, if you do sign in and it syncs your saved passwords, syncs your settings, so forth, it's all right there. It all works just like it does on Windows. Very easy to use, very simple, very straightforward. Okay, so it's again nice and easy. You've got um, that option there to do that. Oops, gotta be careful here. I'm drifting out of my my tool set. This is how I'm doing all this, by the way, uh, using a virtual machine viewer. All right. So here we are again. Let's just hide some of this over here for you. I leave a lot of the mistakes in just to, so people don't think I'm some kind of guru here. Okay, close the session. And I did it again. My fault. Close the tab. All right. Close that one. Close that one. don't need this dialogue. Again, this is just very helpful. First steps, how to do things, change your desktop around. You want to change your desktop colors. It's all, put here right in front of you. You want light, you want dark, mixed, whatever. Very helpful. Update manager, check for updates. Difference between this and Windows, you get a lot more control over when you run your updates, okay? A big plus. All right. What happens if you've got like you're required by work to use, let's say, Microsoft Edge? Can we do that? Can I install? Um, can I do that? Okay. Yeah, we can do the same thing if we have to. All right. So Microsoft Edge. Go to the download page. We have to find, there's the Debian. Accept and download. It's not quite there yet. There it goes. Open it up. Hit that. Microsoft Edge, right click, open with package installer. Take it a second. Now, do I recommend you do this if you don't have to? No. One of the advantages you have on Linux is you're taking back some of your privacy, the ability of people to snoop on you and watch what you're doing. So I'm showing you these examples so that you can do what's necessary to keep you from being anchored uh, uh, in Windows. Again, some people have years of information, uh, bookmarks, whatnot. So this is important for them. So I respect that. I understand it's what's necessary for some people. So again, just one thing to ease the transition. Okay. All right. Now, of course, I'm swearing my life away to uh, Microsoft here, but AI powered browser. But there it is. Okay. I just don't want to do that. Keep doing that. Let's just close this tab here. All right. What browser would I recommend? So, what is the question then? Brave would be a good start. Okay. Again, we go here, installing Brave on Linux. But look, we don't download a package, we run a command. You see the little terminal right here? We click on that, we right click, we paste. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Hit enter. Give the password so it knows it's us. Okay, go over here. Oh, well, looks like has it already put itself in there for us? Looks like it has. Okay, there's Brave. Brave has its own search engine. Okay, it has a number of things. explore, learn, whatever you need to do. It's one of my favorite browsers. I use it along with a few others, but this is a good place to start. All right. So again, just this is just a nice, easy uh, uh, thing to start thinking about. What happens when you're ready to make the transition? Okay. Don't necessarily look at this and say, the answer for me is Linux Mint. Look at this and say, what did I just tell you that makes sense for you? What accomplishes the goals that you've set? What are your needs? What are your requirements? And then pick the right thing. Okay. Again, this is there's a lot of choices out there. This is one of the choices that worked best for me. I feel comfortable in recommending it to say that you a lot of the basic concerns can be checked off. You don't have to you don't have to worry about this being unstable. You don't have to worry about this being some kind of malware. It's a well-run uh, project. People know what they're doing. So this is what I'm going to show you today. I've loaded up multiple packages out there, multiple versions of Linux, just to be able to show some of these off. But this one is the one that I think is one of the best. So I hope this was informative. Again, this is kind of jumping away from some of the basics I put forward. But again, I just hope it helps. And thank you for watching me. And I will talk to you later.